Hello everyone.
Hi.
Maybe you're supposed to say hello everyone as well.
Hello everyone.
Right. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're having a good day.
Okay.
Because obviously you have a heart of gratitude because you met me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're going to talk about today is how I knew I was the one, and he's also going to say how he knew.
No. Say what the topic is. So the topic is how I knew she was the one. Okay. And your topic is how I knew he was the one. Don't be putting names there. So how I knew. So it's not how. There's no I.
Okay.
So how I knew she was the one.
Okay.
Okay. And then what's your topic?
How I knew he was the one.
Praise God. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah.
In the last video, I went first. Okay, so let's go straight to the point. I know you like saying a lot of things, so let's try and hit the nails on the head. We don't have much time now. So you go first, and then I'll take over, or I'll say my own story.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I like the way you put story because that means you might tell a little bit of.
No.
How did I know he was the one? Because obviously I'm not allowed to say Ayobami. How did I know he was the one? How did I know he was the one? I think there are a few key things for me. Obviously, we had been spending a lot of time together. And one thing that made me think, okay, this is going in the right direction is that for me, I was actually never tired of Ayo or he. I was never tired of Ayo.
Yeah.
I enjoyed his company. I enjoyed being around him.
That's good to know.
Yeah. And I think the major thing that set it off for me is that when I was with Ayo, I was at peace. Like everything was, I just never had any second thoughts, or I never had a little bit of doubt. Everything that surrounded Ayo, that came with him, gave me peace. So that I actually prayed about it. I actually prayed about the situation. And I think that is why I had so much peace, because I just feel like I was going in the direction that God wanted me to go to. So that's it.
Okay. That's a very brief summary.
What did you expect me to say?
Well, I don't know. I guess I was just expecting a bit more,
Like what?
Well, anyways, it's a song.
Okay, let's start again.
No.
Write it down. You write down what you want me to say. You write down what you want me to say, and I will say it. But
okay.
you said brief, straight to the point.
Yeah, definitely. Now I'm going to right to the Genesis.
Because we know how you like going to the Genesis.
Exactly. So I'm going right to the Genesis. Now, firstly, before I got married, or before I said I got engaged to Opeyemi, okay, I had an idea of who I wanted to be my wife. Okay, so a long time ago. I didn't know when exactly I was going to get married. I didn't know what age I was going to get married. I planned it was going to be a bit later, okay? But I got married earlier than planned. So I had my spec. So I'm going to talk about from the physical. I had my spec of the type of woman I wanted my wife to look like. Someone that was not, I wanted someone that was not fat and not too slim or too skinny, that kind of thing. So she ticked that box for me. So I had all the boxes, okay, of what I wanted, okay? And you'd be proud to know, or you'd be happy to know, that out of, let's summarize to say out of 10, out of 100%, you actually ticked 90% for me.
Oh!
Stop.
Oh my God. That means so much to me. I don't think
Stop. But it should mean so much to you.
It means a lot to me. Obviously, if I passed, I wouldn't be here today. If I didn't pass, I wouldn't be here today.
And apart from that, it's hard to find 100% of what you want. If you find 100%, you're blessed. Okay? So I didn't find 100%, but then I found most of the things that I wanted, which I'm still going to just touch on. And then even I'll go to things about just her person, her personality, and her character. I wanted someone who was a bit patient. Okay? Because I wouldn't say I'm still impatient.
I'll be the judge of that.
Okay, whatever. I was impatient, but over the years I've been able to learn.
You've been
to be a bit more patient.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted someone who was going to complement that, because I knew that was one of my flaws. Okay, I knew that was one of my negative sides, if you like. Okay, so I wanted someone that was going to help bring the positivity to that aspect. Okay, so she ticked that box for me because I found out that she was patient. And okay, so I don't know if you want to. I should throw it back to you and maybe say one or two.
Is this the part where I compliment you?
Yes, because you just said, "Oh, it was the one." We were talking.
Oh my
you didn't
God.
even say any of my boxes.
About how much you're a fine boy.
No, I mean, you know.
So this is what I was driving.
This is not
at.
what I was driving at. What?
The qualities. Okay, all right then. Okay, let's stroke Ayobami's ego just a little bit. So when I was looking for, the qualities I wanted in a husband, in someone that I was gonna spend my life with. Obviously, I wanted them to be good looking. I'm not that, to be honest, I'm not that, great with looks. I don't think that, looks are the one and only thing. But, in this case, brethren, I was blessed. I was blessed, with Ayobami, as you can see. God was good to me. Anyway, apart from that, no. It's not even about Ayo's looks. It's his qualities. Which, like he says, he has his flaws. We all have our flaws. I have my flaws.
Plenty.
But one thing that really struck out for me with Ayobami that, made me think, I've got a good one here, is that he actually treats me like a queen. Not even a queen. I feel like I'm his queen. Like, there's no one else but me. Now, let me tell you why that is very important to me. If anyone knows me, I have a very good relationship with my dad. My dad has 3 girls, and individually, he makes us feel like his princesses. So obviously, coming from, how dad is, baby.
Yeah.
Coming from my house, it's not that we're spoiled or anything like that, but we just like to be treated well. So, and I just feel like with Ayobami, that just every single thing about him, he made everything in his life. He made me feel involved. He made me feel like, his decision. That's why.
Okay, nice. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, so so moving on from that. So there was all the. I didn't know I was even. I was just being me.
Yeah. Okay.
I was just reacting to how it was. There was a few things that I didn't even understand. I found myself doing, and I'm like, how am I doing this?
Are they giving me something to
Are you giving me effort?
Curated.
But anyway, so there's many things, a lot of stuff I did, and I was happy to do them because I was in love with her, and I'm still in love with her. I love her very much, so that's very key. And then, thank you. And then, am I supposed to say thank you?
No, you just take it and relish the moment.
I relish. Anyway, so the next thing for me was then, okay, you were talking about being a Christian and all of that. So she was a Christian. I wanted someone that was going to draw me closer to God and not take me away. Okay, so that was really
that was it. No, can I just jump in here as well? I think both of our love for music.
Yeah, I was going to speak about that.
Yes. Okay,
yeah.
So you can take.
Okay, so we both love music. So like I said, I saw a lot of me in her. Okay, and I'm sure it was vice versa. Now I'll explain. So I saw a lot of me in her in the sense that, my sense of humor, things that I say, things that I do,
I'm funnier than you.
I'm not talking about being funny now.
Yeah, you said
I'm talking about understanding each other. So you understood.
Okay, I understood when to laugh at your dead jokes. Okay, alright, okay, so I'm just messing.
So, she had a sense of humor, I try as well. I'm not so funny, but so it's always fun with her, and I see myself in her. I don't know if do you see yourself in me?
Ooh. Now I see some qualities.
So I see mine is not some. I actually see a lot of qualities.
How, baby? What, even the negatives as well?
No, more of the positives. So
we have a lot in common.
Yeah. So I found out that we had a lot of things in common, In business analysis, there's what we call requirements gathering. Okay? I'm sure I've talked to you about that before. So there's what we call requirements gathering, okay, which is after you gather your requirements that you want to. Anyways, I'm not going into any of the technical aspects, okay. And then there's also what we call prioritization, okay. So you prioritize those requirements. And then so I use the module what's the module called?
SWOT.
No, it's not SWAT. Anyway, so
SWAT.
it's the must-haves, okay? The should-haves, the could-haves, and
the would-haves.
not would-have. Must-have, should-have, could-have, and then the wish list.
Oh, okay.
Or would like to have.
Okay.
Something that you'd like to have or would be nice to have. Okay. So I actually categorized all the things that I wanted into the must-haves, the should-haves, the could-haves, and the would like to have.
So you actually did this for me, like I was a project.
Not a project, but I had to use it to be able to understand. You know, when you do that, when you draw it out, you're able to now know what can I compromise on. What is it I cannot compromise on?
Yeah.
You get? And I think that helped me a lot
Yeah.
in making the final decision. Like I said, so it was a must-have for me was that, you know, she must be a wife material, for example. Okay, so that was a must-have. There was no compromising. If there was any doubt in my
What's
mind,
a wife material?
that's too long to explain.
Okay.
Everybody knows what a wife material is.
Ah.
So a wife material is basically somebody who is fit for purpose. You know, who fits
Fit
into
to be
that
a
picture
wife.
to be a wife. As far as I'm concerned, that's just simply put. You know, she's a wife. She's faithful. She's loyal. You understand?
Yeah.
She's understanding. She's a woman of integrity. She's a Proverbs 31 woman for those that are Christians. Sorry, and you know, so you get the gist.
Yep.
So that was one of my must-haves. You know, and it was a must-have for me now that she was Nigerian. You know, I didn't want to marry anyone that was not Nigerian. You know, so now in terms of being Yoruba or being from, where are you from again? Ondo State. That was a should have. So if she was not Yoruba, I still might have considered her because it was not a must-have. I didn't definitely need, you know, to have someone, a Yoruba woman, but it was one of my things that I wanted. Okay, so that's a should have. You get the gist.
Yep.
So you were Yoruba, that was a should have. So you tick the box for me. That's fine. And if you now so at the time maybe it could have. Okay, she could have a job. That would be nice. If she had a job.
Doesn't.
You understand? But if she didn't at the time, but I knew that okay, she was working towards having a job, then that would have, you know, it was
no
still
biggie.
it was not a big deal. So it was not a must have and it was not a should have. So that was a could have.
Yeah.
So it was part of the things that I wanted, okay? But it was not a must.
Yeah.
You know, but she ticked that box for me as well because she had a job, thank God. Now, I'll give you an example of things that I wished to have or something that I wished, you know, something like in my wish list.
Here it gets interesting.
So on my wish list, I had things like, you know, wanting a figure 8 woman, you know.
No, bro. No. Tell them that I had the figure 8.
You didn't have figure 8. Okay, yeah, you had 8, but just the top part. That's figure 0. So
I can't do
no. So you obviously you were not out of figure or anything.
No. You're making me sound shapeless now. Stop it.
Of course you're not.
Okay, I didn't have a figure 8. It was more like a figure 9.
Figure 6 maybe. 6. So you're missing out that.
No,
Anyways, no. So like you know that module look when you have a slim module.
But you used to tell me that you think I could be a model.
Yeah, you could be. No, you can still be.
I can't. Let's just move on. Okay.
No, you can still.
What other things did you wish for me to be that I fell short of?
You can still be a module.
I don't want.
Anyway, so that in a nutshell, those are the things for me. Now, I'm just going to draw out some of the key points or the key things. And one important thing for me was trust. I never for once doubted this woman, you know, and up until now. So I think something that is key is the person, you must be able to trust
them. Definitely.
So whilst there's love, whilst there's all the physical stuff, she's fine, she's beautiful,
yeah.
You know, big body parts, 6-pack, and all those things that guys and girls like. You understand? I think things like trust are important.
It is very important. Like,
you know,
you can't do without it.
Yeah,
you actually can't do without
because
it.
when I've never for once, for example, picked up her phone to say, let me even see what she's been up to because I'm suspecting her. Do you understand? Or I think she's gone to the wrong place. Or I think she's told me she's going to Amsterdam, but meanwhile she went to America. That's even too far. Or maybe she told me she's going to work, but meanwhile she went to her friend's house. You know, so I've never for once doubted her integrity. You know, I know she's a woman of integrity, and you know she's faithful. So I never for once thought to myself, what's this woman up to?
This girl?
And you find out that these things, that some of the things that are happening in marriages, because there's no trust.
Yeah.
So if there's no trust, you don't marry them.
Simple. That's it. Because you are just giving yourself unnecessary stress.
Mm-hmm.
You give yourself brain touch. Because you won't be able to concentrate.
True.
Because you'll always be thinking, where are they? And that no trust in itself can give heartache.
Yeah.
Because you'll be stressing yourself,
Mm-hmm.
even if they're not even doing anything, even if your suspicion is in vain.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth
Mm-hmm.
it. And then, also for me as well, I think one thing that made me think, you're the one for me, is because we had seen each other at, our worst, worse as it can be before marriage.
Yeah.
Because people say in marriage you see each other as your worst, but there's no escape route. So you're stuck there forever.
Yeah.
So you actually don't see people in their worst until you live with them 24/7.
Yeah.
But obviously when you spend a lot of time with someone,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes we had some clashes, baby.
Yeah, definitely.
We had some proper clashes that we will be like, obviously, I don't know if it got you thinking, but it got me thinking like, if this is the worst, can I
marry this person?
Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think because I saw you at your worst, is it that it wasn't fake, or we weren't pretentious, if you get what I mean, in the sense that, we were free with each other, and when you were a bit naughty, I had to put you in check. And likewise.
Wait. Before they misinterpret. When you say put me in check, you're doing as if as if you're now the boss.
No.
You're now resetting me.
No.
You're now putting me on, or maybe you slap me.
No.
Better let them know.
No, stop. Okay, what I'm saying is that, when we both had a bit of bad behaviour, at least both of us could go and reflect and say, is this the Opeyemi I want to stay with?
Yeah.
Is this the Ayobami I want to stay with? So, you were able to see yourself in a certain light. It's not that when we got to marry. So when Ayobami does some things, or when I do some things, we're not surprised again.
Yeah, because I've seen it all,
Yeah.
and I know what's expected. Okay, but anyways, let's not digress from. What
No,
we're
not
talking
digress,
about.
but
I get the point. You get the gist. So trust is really key. She had seen me at my worst. I've seen her at her worst. So I'm like, it cannot get any worse than this. So I knew the person I was getting married to.
Yeah.
Okay. So like we said, it's always important during your dating or your courtship period to ask those questions. And to understand them. So understanding, we've talked about understanding, which is very key. We've talked about trust. And the only thing that I talked about was then the module that I use. You can also use it as well, because you find out that there's some people who may have found the one, but because their requirements or the things that they want are so high, they've not brought it down to the granular level. So bring it down to the granular level, okay, and understand, is this a must-have or a should-have or a could-have? Do you understand? Because by the time you're making a wish list a must-have, you're never going to find that person.
That's true.
You're never going to find the man or the woman. I'll give you an example. Maybe you want to touch on it. If one of our must-haves was that my husband must be rich, okay, I will not be married. We will not be married now, okay?
I'm glad you said it, not me.
No, it's fine. So, because a lot of girls nowadays, you must be riding Porsche,
ready-made,
you must be driving Range,
exactly.
you must be doing all of that. It's not like I'm not going to buy
But if you get
Porsche.
that, that's good. Good on you.
Now we are building together, and I'm going to surprise you because I'm planning to buy my Bentley very soon.
Hey! Oh Lord, I am very, very grateful.
So if that was a must-have, then we would not be together. She would have probably missed it because I know that I was her destiny. I know that I am her destiny. So, but it was probably one of her wish lists. It's nice to have a rich guy. Do you understand? It's nice to have a six-pack babe or a six-pack guy. But then you just need to prioritize. You just need to prioritize. If it's a must-have for you, by all means, go for it.
Exactly.
Do you understand? But it's important to actually prioritize what is
necessary, what is going to carry you with the essential tools in your marriage. That's basically it. What will take you for the next 50, 60, 70 years?
Yeah.
It's not six-pack or...
Although, talking about six-pack, I'm working towards it. But I don't think that was even any of your requirements.
Did I tell you that?
Okay, sorry.
It was on my wish list, number 1.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. No, it wasn't any of my requirements, to be honest.
Okay. So I found the one. It was important for me to take it back to God, okay, and say, God, this is the woman I want to marry. Do you approve? And I think that's really key as well. So I made sure that God approved of that relationship and
Yeah.
that marriage, and then we went ahead. And obviously, you know the rest. You don't know the rest because we'll probably still tell you the rest. But then it's been history.
The rest is
since
history.
then, and I love it. I'm definitely sure, 100% sure, I did not make a mistake. So that's why it's important
so
to
not
know.
90%.
I say 100.
No, 90, because before you said it can never be 100.
No. For this kind of things, you need to be 100. You need to be 100% sure for this kind of things. So I was sure that this was my wife. I was sure I was not making a mistake. Okay, so it's important to know those things that you want, and I'm sure we've shared with you some of the things to look out for.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for listening to us. Sorry if it was a bit of a ramble, but I think we got there in the end. And we are learning, so give us some tips. We don't mind.
Yep.
Let us know how we can improve and make it a better listening experience for you guys as well. Have a fantastic week.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.